Hello, I'm Tabitha Schleibel, and this is my presentation on medical tourism. The three most impactful key points from the Forbes article was medical tourism brings in more revenue than tourism from vacationers in Houston, Texas. That in itself says a lot. Houston being a big, well-known city in the United States, people tour Houston for vacation all the time for the sunshine, the weather, the beautiful sights, the rodeos, the different attractions. But medical brings more money in than all of the attractions. The medical tourism there is world renowned. People from all over the world travel to Houston, Texas to get necessary medical procedures done that they cannot get in their home place. People worldwide travel to Houston seeking medical care. Yes, they do. Some of the medical care, like the gastric bypass surgery or the skin removal, the cosmetic surgeries. The gastric bypass, yes, is a very medically necessary procedure for a lot of people. The skin removal, skin can be a nuisance, but you can live with skin. But the other procedures like dental and the heart surgeries that is life-saving, the organ transplants are life-saving. People's traveling from all over the world to get these procedures done in Houston because it's unavailable where they're from. There is even as far as housing brokers in Houston, Texas, that are making money off this medical industry by having housing complexes that's available only to the medical tourists that come into Houston. What I found about the Rampelli's TED Talk is to be very realistic with the medical crisis today. The fact that working people in the United States, which has world-renowned medical care facilities, have to travel to less developed countries and gamble with their life for life-saving medical treatment due to outrageous medical costs in the United States. That's sad. When a working person works all their life, need a life-saving surgery, and have to settle for a third world country and trust them with their life and risk getting the diseases from the third world country, but if they don't go, then they're going, ultimately death is the price they're going to pay. So either way, they're gambling with their life, and that is really sad when there's facilities right here in the United States that could take care of that. Medical tourism to travel for other countries and medical care, Travelers Health, and the CDC.com is what I looked up. And each year, millions of U.S. travel to other countries for medical care. Medical tours from the United States most commonly travel to Mexico, Canada, and several countries in Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. Why do we travel? Why do Americans travel to these? Because insurance is so high priced that a lot of the working people can't afford the insurance. And healthcare in the United States is outrageously priced. I'm going to use gastric bypass as an example because I myself had gastric bypass surgery. I had it done in Akron, Ohio. I lived in Ohio. I did not have to travel far. Thank goodness my insurance paid for this procedure. But gastric bypass 10 years ago was $55,000. When you could travel to Mexico and get the exact same procedure done for $8,000. People who have to pay the cash price for these surgeries of course, is going to take $8,000 as opposed to $55,000. But what they fail to realize is, what is the water conditions in this country? Are they going to do the surgery, keep them one day, and then ship them back on a plane so they take a chance on throwing an embolism from travel? Are they going to carry infectious diseases back? And then they're still in the same boat of paying high medical costs in the United States to treat the disease or the infection that they caught going to these third world countries. Medical tourism is a thing. It goes both ways. People come to the United States, and the United States go to other countries. But it is really a gamble. It is a gamble with your life. It is a gamble with your community. It is a gamble for everybody. You could bring home communicable diseases to your community, to your family. But without traveling, you could lose your life also. I don't know the solution, but I don't think there is any good solution to it. Besides maybe give fair medical costs in the United States and fair insurance rates so people can afford to live and pay insurance. Have a good day.